Imagine doing something for 10 plus years every single day, and then all of a sudden you stop. There were days when I felt like I had lost my purpose. I'm not going to kid you, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to kid you. I felt insecure.
Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs. If you had it back there and you're looking for a smile, bringing hope and joy for a day that was wild. Stuff from the cuffs is here to make things bright. In the world so dark, they're bringing some light. Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs. Go Bria, go Bill, go Bess, go Brian. Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs.
Hey guys, welcome back to Stuff from the CUFFS, where we give you fire, we give you fun, inspiration, we're real and we're educational. Welcome back to another video. To all our new subscribers, welcome to the channel. To all the tenants in the building, and I can't quite do it like Brian, welcome back to another video. So very happy to have you. And yes, it's all about stuff from the CUFFS right here, right now. So, as you can see in the title of this video, I promised you this video, so that's what I'm doing today. I'll be talking about how I transitioned from radio to TV and how that process was like for me, how it felt, and, the way forward as it relates to me and my career. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, and you may not have known my story, I was in radio for over 10 years as a broadcaster, as a news reporter, as a news presenter. Just about every aspect of radio, I've filled those roles. Back in 2018, I left radio, and I have not been back since, because since then we had Bella. And one of the decisions that I made after that was that I wanted to just spend some more time with the children, stay home with them. Anything that I was doing, it would have surrounded freelancing, but nothing full-time. Let me just backtrack a little. So when I left radio in 2018, I was at CUFFS, and prior to that, I was at Love FM. And I could not have imagined doing anything else but radio. I could not have imagined leaving radio and not finding another job in radio same time, even though I could have. But at that time, I knew that my life would have taken a different path. And for those of you who know me, I am all about the will of God. I'm all about walking in purpose, and I'm all about embracing new seasons. So when I left radio, it was hard. Imagine doing something for 10 plus years every single day, and then all of a sudden you stop. There were days when I felt like I had lost my purpose. There were days when I felt like I was just moving about my day aimlessly. There were days when it got to 2 o'clock, which was when I would go on air, when it got to that time, I would automatically get sad. I would start moping around the house. I literally felt like there was an emptiness inside of me because I was no longer on radio. And then on top of that, when I would have, our supporters and fans and friends message me to say, oh, they miss me from radio. Oh my God. That made it even worse. I appreciated the sentiments though, but I felt so lost. I'm going to do this video without crying. I felt so lost. And I felt like I was no longer doing something that was an integral part of my existence. I felt like I was no longer doing something that was an integral part of my purpose and what I was put on this earth for. And so I felt lost. After we had Bella, and I I've been navigating what I want to do, if I want to go back into radio full time, if I want to do it part time, that kind of thing. I ventured into lecturing, which I was doing while I was on radio. So that's something that I did on the side. I lectured in the Department of Communications at Northern Caribbean University for 5 years. And during that time, I got offers, I got opportunities to go back on radio, but I never felt like it was the right time to do so. I never felt like in the moment when I got the offers that even though it's something I love and it's something I wanted to do and wanted to jump back in, I never felt like it was the right time. So that's why I did not go back into it before. And then came along YouTube, then came along social media, then came along TikTok, then came along TV. No, I have a degree in television production from Northern Caribbean University, but I have never, before this year, I have never actively practiced in television, in the field of television, because I fell in love with radio so much. And so radio has been a big part of my life. For those of you who have listened to me from I was 4 years old on radio, growing up on Love FM, you know my story. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And so when the opportunity came up for me to do something TV related this year, oh my God, I was nervous. I wasn't sure that I could do it because even though I have a degree in it, I never thought that I could actually do it. I was coming out of my comfort zone. I was coming out of what I knew for my entire career, moving from radio where you're not seen, you're only heard, to now having to adjust to this new platform where you're being seen, you're being heard, you're being looked at, you're being judged. You are just in the limelight and right at the forefront. No longer could I just think that people were just hearing me. They were now going to see me. When I got the offer, I accepted it right away. Not knowing how I would navigate it, not knowing if I was 100% comfortable or confident, not knowing if this was something I could actually do, but I made it up in my mind. I knew in my heart that I was to do it at that time. And so I said yes. And then the journey began. Guys, let me tell you, transitioning from radio to TV was hard. It was so hard. And I'll tell you why. Number one, so when you're in radio and you're only being heard, you don't have to worry about how you look. You don't have to worry about your body language. You don't have to worry about your, there's some mannerisms, all of that. And so I had to get to a place where I was conscious of every single thing that could be seen, because now the whole Jamaica and whoever else was watching the show, they were now able to see me. I had to get to a place where I was willing and ready to learn and relearn, because TV is a completely different ball game than radio. I remember the first time I showed up for rehearsals and we were going through the script and everything, and the producer and the director, they were there with me and they were giving me comments and they were, just encouraging me and telling me the things I should do, things I should not do. I was like, but I've been in media for over 10 years. How is it that I don't know how to do some of these things? Meaning, because I was not conscious being in radio, there are certain things that you don't have to worry about. Being in TV now, in my mind, because I'm so used to radio, I carried over how I would normally carry myself on radio to TV. But now I had to literally relearn all that I learned back in college. I had to learn how to express my emotions and my feelings and my joy and all of that, not only in my voice, but in my body language and in my face and, how I just present myself. And that, I think, was the most challenging thing for me, because initially I was sort of confused as to how my voice was sounding so good. And, the audio was good. But then when you looked at me, it's like my body language wasn't matching up with what I was saying. And so that took a lot of work. It took a lot of It took a lot of practice. It took a lot of practicing with Brian because he specializes in TV. So he coached me through it. And I'm not going to kid you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to kid you. I felt insecure. And I was so nervous and I was so conscious of myself because I wasn't sure that I was doing it right. Because remember, I was doing something else. I know I'm transitioning into doing another thing. And then TV has a lot more logistics in play, from rehearsals to blocking, where you have to go on the different parts of the stage to ensure that the light is hitting you properly, to reading from a teleprompter, which I was not used to taking directions in my earpiece from the director and still being able to concentrate while I am speaking, while hearing instructions, while hearing people talking, while taking directions from the floor manager in the corner of my eye, while being able to remember where to go on the stage, where to enter, where to exit, what to do if the teleprompter, malfunctions and it's skipping. And a lot of that happened. And I had to be able to ad-lib and to just pick up and not stop and keep the flow going. Even on live television, I had a little mishap where something went wrong with the teleprompter and I just had to keep going. And so all of those things together made me very self-conscious and very nervous. But if it's one thing that I know, and this is something that I have applied to every aspect of my life, if it's one thing I know is that, especially in times like these, and even if I don't get to that point, my reliance on God is 100%. I rely on God every step of the way. I rely on God in anything I do. And so I was confident. The confidence that I had was what I had in God and in God's ability to work through me to ensure that I was the best representation of Him in those different episodes. And so I did it. The first episode was a little rocky. And we're talking about Jamaica Gospel Star. That's the rebranded Jamaica Gospel Song Competition of the JCDC. The first one was a little rocky, but I remember what the director said to me. He said, don't be too hard on yourself. You'll get better each week. And the more you do it, is the better you'll get at it. But imagine somebody having done something and mastered something so well, now having to relearn and, kind of start from scratch where TV is concerned. You can imagine how I felt. But I was willing to learn. I relied on God wholeheartedly. And I decided that I was not going to give up. I was just going to keep going. And those episodes really taught me a valuable lesson in being able to be a student at all times, in being able to learn something new and do something new, and just simply relying on God at all times, and just believing that His strength can be made and will be made perfect in every aspect of your weakness. And that's just how I made the transition. It was not easy. Oh my God, it was not easy. But it has been so worth it. And I said to God, God, you're not easy. Because if you've been following the channel from the very first video, I was very shy, very camera shy. I never liked the camera. I never really wanted to be on camera. I never really wanted to do YouTube simply because I was so camera shy. And I think the Lord started to prepare me for TV from last year when we started this YouTube channel, because it has boosted my confidence with the camera. I have become very comfortable with the camera. And then, going into TikTok and all of that, I have found this level of comfort with the camera that helped me tremendously when I transitioned to TV. And then since doing that, I have done a live stream at a concert for TVJ for One Spot Media. And I'm doing other projects and working on them in TV as well. And I'm just so grateful. I am just so grateful for the transition. I am grateful for the opportunities. And I am grateful that learning and life is so continuous that you just never know where purpose will take you. And purpose has taken me from radio to TV, and I am so grateful. So grateful. So that's a little bit of my journey in transitioning from radio to TV. And, you know, I absolutely appreciate you guys, because everywhere that I do something or Brian does something, I see the cufflinks in the building, always commenting, always sharing, and we're so very appreciative. Thank you guys so much for watching another video. And this is just to encourage you that purpose may look different at different seasons in your life. And so don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of new things. You never know where purpose will take you. Thank you again for watching. If you're watching and you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. And make sure you continue to stay locked to Stuff from the Cuffs, where we give you fire. We give you fun, inspiration. We're real and we're educational. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs. If you had a bad day and you're looking for a smile, bringing hope and joy for a day that was wild. Stuff from the cuffs is here to make things bright. In a world so dark, they're bringing some light. Stuff from the cuffs.